Good boy.
Chicharrón! Oh, it's not nice.
Coño, your mouth is huge.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back into the channel, man. It's almost October, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Like, it feels like this year just started with the pandemic, COVID virus, the quarantine, the vaccines, the mask. You know, it's all coming full surface. This year is almost a dub. So let's get into the video, man. I know you saw the intro. I want to talk about this game that's coming out in October 7th to be exact. If you haven't played this game, this will be a groundbreaking game on the next-gen console. I've been playing Far Cry for quite some time. I would say I started around Far Cry 4, which was some years ago. I believe maybe 2017, maybe 2016. Maybe it came out before that. Yeah, I've been on the Far Cry series for a while now, man. I've always had this feeling about Far Cry. It's just been way too ahead of its time. Far Cry has been one of those games that the current gen console just it couldn't provide what it needed for that game to really flourish the way it could. I mean, to the masses. And obviously, you know, the group of people that love Far Cry, they're going to love Far Cry regardless. But it's about bringing in that new customer. It's about appealing to someone, a set of eyes that may not have caught on to it before. And that's what Far Cry is trying to do with Far Cry 6. Far Cry is just one of those games where you can get lost in there for a good 3 or 4 hours, whether it's in the jungle, you know, whether you're fighting bad guys, whether you're crafting weapons, tool bags. It doesn't matter. You can be skinning a wolf. You can be skinning a bear. You can be in a fight against a shark on this game, y'all. There's never been another game that includes so much realism when it comes to the environment, when it comes to animals, interaction with animals. Okay? So you're looking at a quest adventure game. It's a really fun co-op game. Far Cry 6 will have co-op. And we're talking about a game where you can sit next to your friend and play a game, go along a quest and survive with each other. That's not offered in a lot of games. A lot of games these days are pushing for you to play online. That's where they can make more money. That's where they can make extra sales. The whole campaign mode, the co-op, the local co-op mode is almost out of the window, but we may see a resurgence here with next gen. So now Far Cry is introducing attachments and mods, which is a big deal because when it comes to PC gaming, you're talking about mods out the ass. You're talking about people who take the time to get creative and create mods and also share those with the community. You're talking about community growth and community interaction when it comes to mods. That's a great thing for a Far Cry. If you know Far Cry, it can get a little bland. All the guns pretty much look the same, stay the same. I'm not sure about the DLC. I've actually never bought DLC on Far Cry. Usually, you know, it just kind of looks like how the environment looks. The guns kind of look how the environment looks, and that kind of gets a little boring towards the end of the gaming cycle. But with new mods and new customizations and new attachments, now you can mix and match. Now you can get creative. Now you can kind of make your weapons feel like they're yours, they're personal. So huge addition right there in itself. So looks like Far Cry 6 is going to add Supremos. That's going to be a one-shot kill weapon. You are going to have weapons that can take your opponent out in one shot, in one hit. That's great because that's been needed in Far Cry for a long time. It looks like from watching gameplay that you will be able to shoot a man in the face 50 times before he dies. But you know that's pretty much Far Cry. If you know Far Cry, then that's pretty much how it goes. I do see, however, that they will be adding a health meter for every enemy, and I don't know how I feel about that because that does kind of change the vibes as far as how you go about killing your opponents and how aware you are of their health. I think you go about it in a different way when you don't have that health bar. But at least now, you're kind of aware. It sounds like to me you'll have more ambush situations in this version than prior versions. But to me, it does seem like the health bar might make this game a little more challenging. Now, onto the graphics. I will say this. This game looks amazing, bro. Like, Far Cry has always had some of the best environmental graphics. But it really seems like the delay, because this game was slated to come out in February originally, February 2021, and it got pushed back to October 7th. You have to like how a gaming company like Ubisoft can delay a game for that long, but still give you an exact date, still let its people have something to be excited about. And that's what other gaming companies just don't seem to understand. You have to trust that Far Cry is going to come out on this date. They're giving you loads and loads of information, man. I'm sitting here, you got new characters coming in, new villains, a new setting, new weapons, new perk system. There's new ways to level up your character. You can customize your character more deeply. The people that have played the Far Cry 6 demo, they're raving about it. They say we're going to love it. I would like to see Far Cry take the next step, or Ubisoft take the next step with Far Cry and go into that open world RPG, kind of like what 2K just did, where you see other people doing the same thing and just split the servers, where you might see somebody that's across the country doing the same thing you're doing and you can actually see them. I think stuff like that is what makes a game replayable, and you're seeing that with 2K, where it goes from a still dead game a month in to a month from now, people are just going to be cracking this game open because there's so much to do. There's so many people moving around. You can see other people are in there. You can see what they're doing.
And they're actually there. They're actually users moving them characters.
So that's a big deal. I think that's the next step for Far Cry. Other than, taking the local co-op to the next step, I think bringing local co-op back is a must in gaming, period. We have to have couch co-op, bro. I don't know what's going on with gaming, but that used to be where it was at. And somewhere in the last 10 years, that has seemed to go out the window. And now they rather you play online with your friend in two different locations. Whereas for even like my best friend and I, man, I actually would take a TV over to his house and we would put our TVs right next to each other with our consoles right next to each other and play each other or play with each other on the same team, because they don't allow you to do that on a lot of sports games right now. It's actually a feature they're bringing back and acting like it's new. When back in the day, it was like open. Like when you go to pick your team, you can slide as many controllers over as you want. That's how it seemed, maybe. But when I was a kid, that's what we did, man. It was local co-op all day. Far Cry 6 is on the way. It's a bbig deal. Look, if you haven't checked out the Far Cry series, go check it out. Give it a download. There may be days where you're tired of 2K, you're tired of Madden, you're tired of Call of Duty. You're looking for something that you can just hop on and jump in where you were at last, and that's Far Cry all day. You can hop on, get into a fight with a wild animal, save somebody from getting robbed, craft a new gun, and get out of there. You know what I mean? it's definitely one of those games where you can have days where you can get stuck on this game, and that's what you want. You know, you want a game you have to detach yourself from, because that means you're going back to it, and that's pretty much what gives you, you know, your money back. That's what gives you the value for your money, is being able to come back to this game and find that same joy as you found when you first played it, when you first turned it on. Is that joy there? Far Cry 6, I will be back with more information. They're starting to drop heavy news right now. I'm reading articles, I'm collecting data, I'm gathering information on this game. I'll be back with more, but Far Cry is a series that should not be slept on. Far Cry community has to do better at getting news about this game out, because with the next gen, bro, this game is about to be, this is about to be a mind-blowing game, bro. I just know it. Being a Far Cry fan, a fan of the series for so long, and seeing what they're able to do with the technology that we have right now, bro, this game deserves your interest. This game deserves your respect, okay? But at the end of the day, I just wanted to drop that on y'all real quick. I'm always keeping an eye out for the next, what's coming up, what's new. Drop that comment below if you have any ideas for games that's coming up. I have a few ideas, but I like to see what other people are playing, and I like to try them out. I like to see what's going on in the gaming. Sports games is always going to be my base, but I like to build on top of that as well. Look, y'all, hit me up in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody who has, bro. But there's a lot of people that's liking the videos and not subscribed to the channel, and YouTube just happens to show you all that. So it takes a second, hit that button. It really helps us grow, really helps us get on the side of that recommended when people are watching other videos. We just want to inform the people. At the end of the day, y'all, it's all respect, much love, peace.
Always keep the peace. How come the fucking jeweler hasn't pieced me out? My girl been gone for way too long. How long has she been out? Never cheat the game.